The alignment of the 6 stars. Well, he arrived at the observatory tower and stood against, and my motor, blah 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 blah. Oh, functioned more as a museum than an astronomical observation due to the city's light pollution. It served as a tangible relic of Rizia's bygone era when celestial wonders were more easily unveiled. I come to meet with a grand wise man Ignatius for the alignment of the 6 stars, a rare Rizdic celestial event that occurred every 200 years. I harbor doubts the event lived up to the hype. I'm looking forward to the extraordinary occasion. Put it quiet nice in my study over this. I hope Sal and I could have an evening when the conversation won't involve the discussion of his estate. Let's see what the stars will reveal. Here the alignment is going to be quite the sight, especially from that vantage point. Placed not at the top of the tower. Keep your thoughts grounded. Sure the view will be awe-inspiring. The alignment where the stars align reminds us which tiny specks of the vastness of the cosmos. Riveting stuff. It's humbling, sir. My sarcasm clearly went over his head. For a long, Titus and I vacated our vehicle, went inside, and began ascending the spiral staircase. By the time it was halfway up, I was beginning to regret that an elevator hadn't been installed. Titus, on the other hand, barely broke a spread. I really need to get on whatever workout regimen you're on. That would be my honor. Just let me know when, and I'll make that happen. We're met by 2 guards standing alongside a wooden door, one of whom opened it for us. I stepped inside while Titus remained behind. The room, a sanctuary of ancient knowledge, was dimly lit. The air carried a scent of aged books and burning incense. Candles cast a soft glow around the room. Sal, who was hunched over an altar adorned with celestial charts and religious artifacts, appeared deeply engrossed in preparations for this celestial event, seemingly unaware of my presence. I guess my regal presence doesn't register in your celestial frequency. Sal, my trusted spiritual advisor, I've been looking forward to his visit. Most people I know to stand when their king enters the room. Startled, he raised his head from my gaze. Forgive my oversight, Your Majesty. I didn't realize you had entered. I've been immersed in preparations for tonight's momentous occasion. No harm, no foul. The wise man's face lit up with a gracious smile. I'm delighted you're here. An exhilarating event awaits you. It's quite remarkable that we're about to witness the same celestial alignment St. Rurik beheld so many years ago. You're acquainted with the story, aren't you? Of course I am. I offended that you even consider the possibility of my ignorance on the subject. That I am, it symbolizes the timeless connection between our faith and the heavens. Indeed, I've been rehearsing my impressed by the universe phase for weeks now. Vaguely, I mean, I know about it as much as the next person. Let's do with the, symbolizes the timeless connection between our faith and the heavens. It does. Oops, sorry. I tapped my desk. If it pleases you, I'd be honored to retell the story. Oh, please, no. I'm familiar with it, please. I don't need tons of dialogue. Follow me, we continue our discussion of the balcony where we witness the magnificence of the event unfold before us. As requested, I stepped into the cool evening air alongside him. I took in the sight of Port Trezon sprawled beneath, its lights flickering like stars in the night. However, when I turned my gaze upwards, there were no stars to be seen. Instead, nothing but clouds blanketed the sky above. Appears the heavens have other plans in mind. Damn, looks like we won't bear witness to the alignment after all. Cloudy skies. Why am I not surprised? Figures. I knew this was a waste of time. It appears that the heavens have other plans in mind. Let's be patient. Their intentions may unfold in due time. The cosmos have a language of their own. Tonight it speaks of destiny and the intertwining of fates. Destiny is what I decree. Unfortunately, many, particularly in our religious community, wouldn't agree. Well, let's hope they keep their opinions to themselves. With all due respect, you may want to listen to their concerns, especially given a considerable degree of devotion prevalent in our kingdom. Whether you like it or not, religious groups carry a great deal of political weight. And what are they saying? They seem to have a neutral opinion on our reign. When it became funded, the restoration of the Plavo was denied, and it was viewed as a slap in the face towards supporting the much-needed war initiatives. Crown's anti-welfare position is also fueling rising discontent perceived as indifference towards those outside the aristocracy. The same can be said that that's newest Nigal contest community as well. Crown's resources are finite, and tough decisions must be made to ensure stability. Sal, I appreciate the concern, but my approach aligns with divine providence, focusing on the greater good for the entire realm. Crown's anti-welfare stance is a call for subjects to cease reliance on handouts. Now, the Crown's resources are finite, and tough decisions must be made to ensure stability of the entire realm. I understand the need for fiscal prudence. Those who struggle to provide for their families don't see it that way. As for the Dasners community, overall, you're somewhere in the middle when it comes to the Dasners perspective. They don't hold any negative sentiment to you, but they don't have particularly strong positive opinions. Totally financial support from the Dasners, Grand Sanctuary, and Sabes, whatever the heck it's called, has literally diminished your majesty's likability within your community. They perceive it as not a physical, but also a symbolic representation of the decline or the neglect of their religious heritage within our kingdom. Our sanctuary aside, overall they express dissatisfaction with the preservation of the well-being as a minority religion. Ah yes, my grand strategy becomes the least like king in history. Truly a masterpiece of settled diplomacy. Their dissatisfaction is regrettable, but our focus must be remain on holding the divine order. What are the Gaul contests? Of course they hate us. As your decision to not allow the crossing Morella and the Point Dart crossing, thankfully your steadfast decision to refrain from implementing measures that would have restricted the Radiant Gaul contests in our territories played a significant role in preventing further deterioration of the community's stability. It goes without saying that it would be no doubt added to their list of grievances had it been implemented. Stability is a currency I control. They are fortunate I have not bankrupted their community. Oh, good. I'd hate to think that they consider putting me on their exclusive list of grievances. The challenge to navigate their religious landscape. Well, Sal, I want unity, but not at the cost of freedom. Stability is a currency I control. They are fortunate I have not bankrupted their community. I'd advise they keep it that way. Bankruptcy isn't good for anyone. I assure you that we're in agreement on this point. Overall, the Gaul contest opinion of you is low. Which pretty much covers my present assessment of the religious conditions in Rizia. May I speak candidly, Your Majesty, I find your unwavering commitment to hold on traditional values of Rurikism most inspiring. Your willingness to uphold the Gaul contest and St. Blasphemy is a testament to that commitment. And I believe that continuing down this path will not only honor our rich history, but also cultivate a sense of duty, sense of unity, and purpose among our people. Moreover, we'll foster loyalty and shared devotion that will undoubtedly stand as a beacon for generations to come. Devotion is commendable, but it's control that ensures the kingdom's survival. Your words warm my heart. It's the kind of divine guidance that shapes the kingdom's path. Inspiring, huh? I thought it was stubborn while clinging to tradition, but if it inspires greatness, who am I to argue? Devotion is commendable, but it's control. Divine guidance that shapes the kingdom's path. By continuing to trust in our sacred values, our kingdom shall prosper. I have no doubt, Your Majesty. Through the acknowledgement of your divine authority, we can create a kingdom united not only by earthly governance, but also infused with a spiritual dimension transcending mere temporal concerns. My main goal is to uphold the faith in the realm's unity. However, if prioritizing earthly laws of a celestial ones is necessary for the divine plan, such decisions may become imperative. Regardless of whether we're constrained by earthly or heavenly rules, both can be readily bent to secure one's goals. The invisible hand of divine judgment and celestial laws are what it takes to keep people in line. Then we shall proceed unchanged, steadfast in our current approach to governance. I'm pleased to hear it. The flourishing of our realm is tied to the steadfast commitment to Rurikism's teachings, which may be more important than ever, especially in the face of hostile religious influences from outside of our borders, specifically the Radiant Gaul contests. Yes, Gaul contests certainly is a threat to our way of life. Despite our past dealings with them, I wouldn't go so far as to call them hostile, but still, as unfortunate the situation is, but the name of the game is politics, and sometimes I'm forging rather unique relationships. Well, the unique relationship under discussion isn't an entity like any other. They don't see the world the way everyone else on the continent does. Radiant diplomacy requires a nuanced approach and understanding. Specifics. Certainly, Your Majesty. It goes without saying the commitment to Gaul contism extends to every facet of their daily existence and is an equal part of their cultural identity, shaping their traditions, values, and social interactions. Cultural identity in Gaul contism, a tale as old as time, or at least as old as their belief in it. Timeless classic we neither wanted nor asked for, nevertheless. If you seek diplomatic relations or alliances with the Gaul contests of Rizia, you must acknowledge that their legal systems are deeply entwined with their religious doctrines. I give anything for his advice now, so much to say to him. So much to confess, much like you, I'm sure. Wise words, just thinking about his sudden demise pains me dearly. You got to see him on that fateful night. Huh? I think this might be a bug. This doesn't seem totally connected. Those final words to you in the night of his death? Given my suspicion of Sal, I wanted to see if I could catch him off guard and unwittingly reveal something. No, Your Majesty. Uncomfortable silence fell between us as I waited for him to continue, however he simply left it at that. But, as he was saying, achieving political objectives with Rizia may necessitate a nuanced approach, especially in areas such as our own bans on homosexuality and gold contest worship. Navigating these differences while upholding our own values will be a challenge. Rizia's laws are not up for negotiation. It's a tightrope act balancing gold contest and mainstream workers' interests. I've always been more stumble through the hallway kind of king. Our values or the guiding light of this kingdom, compromise may be necessary, but let's ensure that it doesn't dim the divine light that we follow. Absolutely, Your Majesty. We'll force any future negotiations with the keen eye on preserving the brilliance of our principles amid any necessary compromises. Oh God, what the, how much more? Okay, I'm done. Thank you. Getting a headache. Okay, I have to say. I continued overlooking the city as echoes of Sal's counsel reverberated through my mind. The circumstances weighed on me, especially when considering what actions to take and how to progress. As these questions consumed my thoughts, the heavens seemed to respond. The thick clouds that veiled the sky suddenly dispersed, revealing a celestial alignment of 6 stars. The planets shone in perfect harmony, a breathtaking sight that transcended the ordinary. Below, the city hushed as onlookers collectively bore witness to the extraordinary phenomenon. Sal seemed utterly captivated by the celestial display as well. My God, it's even more breathtaking than I could have imagined. Inspirational, perhaps, for those with stargazing hearts. Nice view, but let's not overthink it. Fine spectacle indeed. Well, at least the stars got to act together, unlike some courtiers who I know who have never seen them align their opinions. Inspirational, perhaps, for those with stargazing hearts. He was too enthralled to hear me. As if the alignment was a cosmic reflection of choices, with each planet representing an option, celestial guidance for ruling a diverse kingdom. It was then that I reminded the vision Sal foretold during the consecration of Kingdom ceremony. Fractured crowns, soldiers and wars, the lovers, swarms of birds and 3-headed monsters. It is certainly a sight to behold, much like your visions. From the catacombs, the alignment speaks to me too. I don't need to look at the stars to know how to rule a kingdom. It's meaningless the vision you spoke of down in the catacombs. Much like your vision in the catacombs, the alignment speaks to me too. Because my guy is a religious fellow, after all. Sal looked at me, his eyes appearing to convey a shared understanding. Have you shown that you are a true believer? Tell me, Your Majesty, do you wish for workers to play an even larger role in the kingdom's government? My faith tells me the only viable path forward is to establish a holy kingdom rigorously governed by the unyielding doctrine of Rurikism. I'm inclined to believe that the path ahead calls for a secular approach. I can't commit to any intention right now, Sal. I see nothing with the role of religion Rizia as it is. Don't want to make any dramatic changes. As I see it, the best way forward is faster unity, may embracing not just Rurikism, but Dacinority as well. I think you might have a fit if I say that. Though it's not wrong, because zeal is mostly Dacinorist, as we found out. We might need to, let's just be honest, because that might be something that we have to do. Yeah, he was disapproved. While I respect your decision, Your Majesty, I disagree with the notion of dual religion approach. Rizia is a Rurikist country first and foremost, and the core values should not be weakened. I strongly encourage you to take time to reflect on this and reconsider. However, as your Chancellor, I stand by your decision either way. Good as you should, and your loyalty won't be forgotten. I can see this as proposal to troll you. Rest assured that your concerns will be thoughtfully considered. We can navigate this path together. And you might very well be right. I've yet to come down on this one way or another, and I will give your concerns serious consideration. I like that. I trust your judgment to lead us in the right direction. It's been a pleasure speaking with you on this momentous occasion. I am honored that we could witness it together. Sal and I said we were goodbyes before we parted ways. Taking out of the room, Titus greeted me with a brief bow. Hope everything went as expected, sir. With Sal's guard standing nearby, I waited until Titus and I were halfway down the stairs before replying. I'm convinced Sal was involved in my father's death, given how cunning he was to my inquiries surrounding the matter, and yes, I know I agreed not to interrogate him, but I couldn't resist. I have to admit, while I agreed not to make any inquiries about my father's death, I went ahead and with it, unfortunately, Grand Wise made a sharp wit about him. Didn't confess to anything. But still, I harbor suspicions. I know we discussed not probing Sal for information related to my father's death, but I couldn't help myself. However, the conversation provided no conclusive evidence. He's sharp wit about him and didn't confess to anything. Appreciate the update. Going forward, I strongly recommend allowing the Golden Guard to manage the investigation. After descending the observation tower and stepping outside with Titus, I once again was greeted with the celestial phenomenon above. Titus momentarily stopped in his tracks to gaze overhead. It was then that I realized it was his first time seeing it. This is astonishing. Never seen anything like it before. And for the amazement, no. It's truly a sight to behold. Nature unfolds its wonders, revealing the divine touch in the heavenly display, leaving even the most devoted observers captivated. I couldn't have said it better myself. Funny that I'm doing this on the day of the solar eclipse. After savoring our spectacle for a final moment, Titus guided me to my motorcade, and I resumed my journey back to the palace. Glad to hear we shared a similar experience. Alignment has given me an optimistic outlook for the future, and for seeing it shaping through the alignment of faith, governance, and celestial forces above. Indeed, the alignment of 6 stars has not only graced us with its ethereal beauty, but has also illuminated the path I was to embark upon. Very well. Change state religion to nudity. What's that? Now this would just... Through this decree, the state formally recognizes nudity as its official religion, transitioning from its Rurikist roots, a branch of nudity itself. This change reflects a consolidation of spiritual belief systems and practices under a broader religious umbrella, fostering greater unity with the religious diversity of the realm. We might be able to do that next time. Now, what is this remove state religion? That removes it entirely. Interesting. Anti-planetary societies, Million Man March ends in comic failure. Anti-planet activists? What? What? That is so weird. Celestial spectacle unveiled. Alignment of the 6 stars captivates Rizian skies. Very nice. Well. This will end well.